The children in the corner. You don't forget the smell of an isolation ward during an outbreak. It's not like the metallic tang of blood or the harsh sting of cauterization smoke. It's damp and heavy, like hospital-grade bleach fighting a losing battle against something old and primordial, something that shouldn't be inside a human body under any conditions. During a fungal meningitis outbreak, our acute care floor was packed tight. All 20 beds carried patients with the same silent invader in their spinal fluid. New cases were still arriving in the ER, so we had everything there as well. Isolation procedures, retrofitted glass boxes. I'd never seen anything like it. And this was about to get weirder. A middle-aged man in the ER pressed his call light 3 times in panic. As I stepped into the makeshift box, everything felt cold. Isolation rooms are a little cool, but this was different. This was like stepping into a freezer. Sitting upright with fear in his eyes, he whispered in a panicked voice, "They're back." "Who's back?" I asked, as I did the regular neuro check, checking his pupils, simple orientation tests, etc. "The children," he said. Then he held his hand to point toward the far wall. "Back there in the corner." There was nobody there, just a mop sink and a supply cart. Hallucinations are a known symptom of fungal meningitis, so I chalked it up to expected behavior. But later that night, I checked a different patient. Different age, different stage of inflammation, different case altogether. As soon as I stepped in, she blurted, "I know they're not real." I hadn't even greeted her yet, but they just won't stop singing. She pointed quite low, too low for any adult. A coincidence, perhaps? Stranger things have happened? "What are they singing?" I asked to humor her. "Sounds like a lullaby, but not in English, not any language I've ever heard. It goes like..." And then she started humming off-key. I told her that hallucinations can be a symptom of her infection, and reassured her that she was in no physical danger from any of the entities she was seeing. I noted it all down and stepped out once she'd calmed down a little bit. Night shifts in these situations are full of strange things, psychosis, delirium, etc. But then a third ICU patient said the same thing, and then a fourth. Nurses don't get scared easily. Tired, sure. Jaded, sure. But fear demands energy most of us don't have by year 3. But I was starting to find that energy now. After writing my reports, I talked to some of the nurses in the ICU. Apparently this was a hospital-wide phenomenon. All the outbreak patients were reporting a similar thing. Children in corners, children under the bed, children standing behind glass partitions with their heads tilted as if listening to something. Someone was hearing a broken lullaby. Someone heard something like an underwater choir. Most of these patients were completely isolated. No communication, no contact. But the same children, the same peaking behavior, the same songs. As a professional, you try to stay composed. But after the umpteenth case, the staff's behavior changed. We kept our voices low, moved slowly down the hallways, and avoided going into dark rooms alone. Even the soft humming sounds of the negative pressure vents became off-putting. A few months after the incident, I was walking past the isolation rooms, the same rooms with all those cases. Now it painted a very different picture. No patients, no staff, lights off. But as I passed one of the windows, I swear I heard it, a child's voice in the distance, like humming an old song. Suddenly, a monitor chirped. I almost jumped from the shock. I've seen infections do a lot of strange things, but I've never seen it synchronize hallucinations. I've never seen it drum up the same nightmares for isolated patients. If our content makes your spine tingle, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel for more terrifying stories.